Mnet Supersport bring you Fight Night from the First National Bank Arena in Durban. Die eerste geveg is die junior weltergewiggeveg oor 6 rondes tussen Coleman en Molefe, die 24-jarige oefenmaat van Brian Mitchell. En Trevor Singh, halfbroer van die Suid-Afrikaanse junior middelgewigkampioen Gregory Clark. We now cross to the ring for the introduction of these two boxers.
Thank you, Reg, yes, and welcome here. A very warm welcome to a very cool Durban and the First National Bank Arena for tonight's very first Mnet Fight Night in Durban. Tonight brought to you by Interstate Watches. Well, our boxers are in the ring for our very first fight tonight, a 6-rounder in the junior welters. Coleman Molefe against Trevor Singh. Let's go to our commentators in Afrikaans, Andre Steyn on Audio 1 and on Audio 2 in English, Leonard Neal and Brian Mitchell.
All right, good evening to you from the ringside in the First National Bank Arena in Durban, where we're having the first fight here, Trevor Singh against Coleman Molefe. Trevor Singh comes from these parts, now fights out of Johannesburg. He's a walk-in type fighter, loves to have a fight, unlike his half-brother Gregory Clark, who's more of a laid-back type. Trevor loves to go in. He's a very, very good puncher. Started off very well in his professional career, dropped away a little bit at the end of 1988, but last year came back with 2 very, very good wins, and now he's back into business. His opponent tonight, Coleman Molefe, but let somebody else tell you about him, because the man who does a lot of sparring with him, with me at the ringside, Brian Mitchell.
Well, yes, Coleman Molefe is a very strong come-forward fighter. First of all, I think I must compliment you on an excellent job of matchmaking here. These are 2 come-forward puncher-type fighters, and I think we're going to see an excellent fight here tonight. Coleman Molefe is very aggressive. He comes forward 2 fists to the sec. He's not doing much of it right now, but I think we're going to see a lot of action in this fight.
Well, of course, this is the kind of fight that Trevor likes, because he wants somebody to come to him. Trevor Singh loves to. He's a long, gangly sort of fellow. He uses those arms of his pretty well, but he's a very good right-hand puncher. And it's going to be interesting to see Coleman, who's much the harder worker of the two. Coleman loves to throw more punches, but is he going to be able to stay out of the way of that right-hand punch of Trevor Singh?
That's right. I think Trevor Singh is a very awkward type of customer. You can see he's lanky and he's scrawny and he's the real awkward type of opponent that you don't normally like to fight. And on top of it, he can punch, as he just proved now with that straight right. Not much action there in the first round, but Trevor Singh coming through with some nice straight-hand right. Not doing much now. Both fighters very sensitive there in the first round. Both very respectful of each other, obviously. Both knowing that they both throw big bombs out there.
Well, I think the winner of this knows that he can go on to possibly a Transvaal title fight, and that leads one to a South African title fight. So the winner here isn't so far off having a crack at the national title. And I think that's what is really important in a fight of this nature.
That's right. When you look at both these fighters' records, they've got 1 or 2 losses. They've got excellent records, and they're still young guys. So they've got to get out there and improve themselves tonight if they want to get further in the boxing career with a Transvaal title fight and then hopefully a South African title fight.
Of course, Molefe had that unfortunate fight in Sun City where he was knocked out in a round by Jerry Ngabeni, but he did the wise thing then. I think he moved in, joined you and Jerry Ngabeni in Harold Volbrecht's gym.
That's right. Myself and Coleman have done quite a bit of sparring. I use him for the Jackie Jet fight. He's a very strong fighter. He's not saying much now in the first round. Both fighters just taking the easy in the first round. But I think there's a lot of action coming forward from the second round.
Well, early part of his career, he did a great deal of clowning. He was a bit of a showboater. And I think that lost him a good deal of popularity, but I think he's dropped all that sort of thing now. He's more serious about his boxing.
Yes, most definitely. He showed from his last fight on that he's against Darby Du Plessis that it's serious business for him now. And he's proved it in the gym as well that he's working hard now and he's taking it seriously.
There's one problem at the moment in that rather even first round is trying to get out of that long left of Trevor Singh's. It was a good left and it kept him away for most of the time.
That's right. Then if ever I've seen an even first round, it's most definitely that one. Coleman, you mustn't wait for him.
Well, there we have it, the ringside. Of course, more or less our opposition. Blewett, well-known boxing writer and commentator. He does the commentaries for SABC fights. Here tonight, watching the Mnet action and obviously taking him something without a microphone in front of him, as we are doing here.
That's right, Vance. This looks the left hand very, the right hand very nice. It was Coleman. Come back with your left hand. Okay. Double
Well, here we go into round two. Trevor Singh versus Coleman Molefe, 6-rounder in the First National Bank Arena in Durban. This Interstate Watches fight night.
Looking at the fighters from the first round, then it seems both fighters are very nervous there, taking it easy. The action starting to hot up now with Coleman Molefe attacking with left and right.
Well, Coleman coming in there with a great deal more vigor. He started off well and threw some good overhand punches. But Trevor seems to have found his mark again with that right hand, and he's keeping him backwards. I think Trevor's big thing here is he has to keep Coleman on the back foot, because Coleman knows how to get him close and worry him.
That's right. With the difference of styles, Trevor's got to keep Coleman at bay, and Coleman's got to get inside and work the body if he wants to be effective in this fight. Trevor Singh, as I said earlier on, a very awkward customer, and Coleman's going to have to keep this fight at close range.
Nice left hand there by Coleman. A good left hook and a right over the top found its mark.
Another nice left hook to the body.
Singh, of course, has the same gangling long-arm style as his half-brother Gregory Clark, and he takes a left hand to the head. Coleman really coming in there, took a left of his own to the head from Singh, but scored with a good left to the head himself. A battle of the left hands.
Oh, yeah, we're seeing some action now in the second round. Then both fighters have hurt each other in that first minute of the second round.
Nice left hook to the body from Coleman went in. And he comes over with that left over the top again.
Nice right hand there from Trevor Singh.
Coleman seems to be finding that left hand very effective. He's jabbing well and coming over the top with it.
Right, some nice body work there from Coleman.
Lovely left
Coleman and Molefe.
That was a very well delivered left hook
tremendously
from Coleman
timed left hook there from Coleman Molefe. Trevor Singh's in desperate trouble here. You can see by his legs, Len. I've always said when a guy's legs are wobbling, then he's in desperate trouble.
Yes, there's not a great deal of strength in those legs, and Trevor's going to have to really pull something out to keep going here.
Well, Coleman Molefe's attacking now with both ends.
I think the writing was on the wall in the beginning there with that left hand of Coleman. He's really catching Trevor with it well.
Coleman's got to just be cautious that he doesn't walk into one of Trevor's bombs.
He certainly seems to have learned how to throw left hand against you in training, Brian.
Yes, he's always had a nice left hook, but we've been working on shortening it. Well, it's quite a strange slight pattern here. Trevor Singh seems to be doing the attacking. I think it's a little bit of desperation, but he's throwing punches there.
Well, there's still a lot of power going into those Molefe left hands, although they're not landing. Singh, I think, only too happy to keep out of the way of it. It takes the right to the head.
Nice right hand and a left hook.
A right to the body and a left to the head. And Singh shows more determination and throws a right to the head, but is he going to be able to stand up to that left-hand punching of Molefe? A very good second round for Coleman Molefe.
Yes, then definitely a Coleman Molefe second round. Some good action there towards the end of the second round.
When you throw the swing there, move, tip on the leaf.
There you have the slow-mo of the...
There comes that left hook.
That left hand.
A perfectly timed left hook by Coleman Molefe.
Very well delivered left hook there, and Trevor Singh obviously in trouble. Up in the corner at the moment, he has his brother Gregory Clark and that great old veteran of the corners, Johnny Holt. Well, if they can't pull him out of trouble, nothing will.
You can see it from his eyes there on the slow motion that he was in desperate trouble there.
Look nice, pick your punches off nicely.
Very calm and collected looking Coleman Molefe in his corner as Francie Bardnor's leaning on the ring apron. Good to see Francie working a corner after losing his national title. Here we go into round three. Trevor Singh versus Coleman Molefe, and Molefe at this stage right on top of matters.
Yes, then well on my scorecard, Molefe's up for 1 point going into the third round.
And again the left hand throws it to the body. Comes over the top to the head with it, and another one to the head. He's really using that left hand well.
Some nice close action there from both fighters.
And there the left hand to the head.
There we see that left hook that dropped Trevor Singh early on in the second round.
I think you'll agree, Brian, that the left hook thrown by the orthodox boxer is probably the most dangerous punch in boxing.
Yes, then it's a very dangerous punch, but you've got to shorten it and you've got to time it perfectly. Coleman seems to be throwing his left hooks a bit from a distance, and if he gets him close, he's going to be effective. Not a nice right hand there from Coleman Molefe.
Yes, he's landing very crisply with those blows, but as you say, he's not getting an awful lot of leverage behind him.
No, he seems to be swinging from side to side. He's got to just put his punches together, and you'll be a lot more effective on the inside.
He fought Singh well with that one in the second round because Singh was coming into him, but Singh trying to hold back a little bit now. I think he's a bit fearful of another one.
There's that left hook again.
And another one. The right went in.
Nice close action there, Len, but I must say, Singh's still very determined in this fight. Although he was down in the second round, he looks very determined from that look on his eyes.
Oh, he's a durable type of thing. He can certainly take a bit of a beating and he'll come back.
Yes, he always comes back. He's a fighter with a big heart, Trevor Singh. Nice right hand there from
Throws a good right hand in and punching well. Having well back at Molefe there.
Molefe hurt Singh there with the right hand, but Singh was holding on there. Another nice left hook there from Molefe. Beautiful combinations there.
A great deal of confidence shown by Molefe there. That's real confidence the way he walked into those blows and threw two good ones of his own. I think Molefe's punching with a great deal more authority than he used to do. He certainly, instead of floating around the ring like he used to, he's coming in more.
That's right, he's being more aggressive, but unfortunately for Singh, he's got no answer to the left hook. Beautiful right hand there from Trevor Singh. It seems like Molefe was shook there with the right hand. And again.
Yes, Singh coming back very strongly despite that knockdown in the second round. He's looking quite strong in this round.
Dictating the second half and the third round, Alan.
But he has to keep that jab going. That's his big chance against Molefe. He's got the advantage of length, and he should keep Molefe at the end of that left hand as long as he can.
That's right. That's his only option. He's got to keep him at bay throughout this fight.
Keep your hands up. Don't come around and punch him. What's happening? He's sluggish. Apa ni? What's happening? Look at the guy. Come on, let the left work now. Let it work over.
Slow-mo, as you see, a free-for-all actually that went on in that round. A great deal of punches thrown. But we haven't got the computer on tonight to tell us how many were thrown and how many were landed, because certainly the punches have been flying.
That's right, and I thought Trevor Singh came back quite well in the third round after being dropped in the second. He was a lot more aggressive, and he showed that will to win. There you see the slow motion there. He's putting a lot of combinations together without being hit to the left hook.
It's good to see a fighter come back as strong as Trevor did there, because Trevor's always had that ability to really show that he's got the stomach to put up a fight even when he's
That's right, he's a durable fighter with a big heart. But unfortunately he hasn't got a great defense.
Well, here we are into round 4 out of 6. This junior welterweight fight. First MNet fight night in Durban.
Round 4 start off with a bang. Both fighters shooting at each other's heads there. A lot of head hunting here, Len, and not much body punching in this fight.
Yes, earlier in the fight, Coleman was throwing some very, very good body blows.
That's right, and he's gone up to the head since the fighters make the mistake of dropping a guy and then head hunting. He should go back to the body and the knockout will come by itself. A head bashing there, Len. Both fighters missing and connecting with the heads there.
There's a little bit of too much mauling going on in this round. They seem to be, I don't know whether they're showing more respect for one another or else they really want to get on with it. But
this is a bit of a wrestling round.
That well-timed punch there by Molefe. A good right hand to the head.
Nice right hand there.
Very strange look that Molefe always has on his face. Almost like you'd always call it pixie, I think.
That's right, too. Also a strange look on the opponent's face. Lenny has always got that shock look in his eyes as Trevor Singh.
Well, it's head down and go in on Molefe's part. It didn't quite work, but they get to do another clip.
Not a very exciting round. This a lot of clinching and a lot of mauling, as you said.
Unfortunately, a bit too much mauling in this round.
A lot of missing as well. Both fighters seem to be a little bit tired in this round. Probably taking a slight breather.
It really needs one of them to come out on top now. One of them to show the ascendancy because it's too close. There's not very much on it, but
Another nice left hook and a right hand there from
Molefe is right
Coleman
hand.
Molefe there.
A real maul that has developed into 3 first-class rounds for the first 3, and now this rather dull second.
Trevor Singh seems to be holding Coleman Molefe's left and right hands. He's worried about his left hooks and the right hand.
Well, when he's not holding them, he's getting hit by them as he was there.
Some nice left and right hands there from Coleman.
That's a tit for tat. Both landed pretty cleanly there.
Both Trevor Singh came off from the best red combination.
Not a very good round. I'm looking forward to Saturday night, 8:40. We're going to see Caesar McAteeny's win over Dave Garside. That'll be on the internet.
Yes, Len, I believe from reports that McAteeny was dropped in the first round and he came back with a bang. So that's going to be exciting to see his fight on Saturday night at 8:40 on internet.
Dropped Garside twice before taking a unanimous point decision.
Also like to mention, Len, that the ring is very well prepared by Chip Wilson. He's done a great job here tonight. And it's nice to see interstate watchers back here in Durban. Back in the fight game.
Nice to see boxing of this nature come back to Durban. You know, they haven't had an awful lot this year. Last year, towards the end, was quite active down here. But this year, there's been very, very little of any note. And this is the first really...
Get your left hand work. Get your distance and then you work. Don't just work on that left hook. Double up on it. Double up. And work, Coleman. Come on, it's your last two
certainly a first-class venue for boxing, this that they have in Durban nowadays. Very good venue.
What's on?
And Molefe opens up the 5th round with a left hook to the head. And Singh in the process of it. Molefe left, starting to work overtime now. I think both corners have told him to keep it at long range and get out of that ball because that's what they're trying to do.
Well, then we've got 2 rounds to go. I've got Coleman Molefe slightly ahead on my scorecard, but obviously it's not official. And the 5th round now, the action's starting to hot up again in the last 2 rounds.
It really needs one of them to come out of his shell now and really dominate the settings to get the decision here.
That's right, they've got to just get the distance right because otherwise...
right hand from Molefe. A good right hand and Singh went down.
Fantastic overhand right there by Molefe. Trevor Singh is in deep trouble there.
I don't think Singh is all that badly hurt, but he's a bit befuddled and he's looking over at his brother here asking for advice.
That's right, he was looking very confused at Gregory Clark in the corner.
Well, let's see how it goes now because Molefe is really on top. He called for somebody to take the upper hand and Molefe did just that. A determined Molefe throwing punches in there, but
Molefe falling a little bit short to that overhand right and a bit wild, as you said, Len, but definitely controlling the action, especially on the inside with the right uppercut.
Singh, of course, I think doing the right thing, keeping right on top of his man and not giving him any arm room.
And holding on, Len, when you hurt, you've got to hold on. It's the only way. Coleman working nicely inside there with the left hook and the right uppercut.
One more good punch from Molefe and it might just put the end to the whole thing here. But Singh fighting back like a demon but getting hurt in the process, I'm afraid.
Oh, this is exciting, Len. This is good stuff here. Both fighters swinging away at each other. This is what the fans love. Not much finesse in this round, but this is what the fans love.
Singh with a show of temper there. Bashing away at Molefe's ear with the inside right of his right-hand glove.
Well, then I think Trevor Singh looks a bit more mean in the face than he really is, but we're seeing some good action there in the 5th round.
Well, it certainly developed into a free-for-all here. Molefe looking for that one punch that might just do it. Singh doing everything he can to keep him away.
As I said earlier on, Len, congratulations to you. Some excellent matchmaking there. This fight really turned out to be
Thank you, I think that's the end of it.
Right there.
The referee has said it's all over, and I don't blame him. A right hand to the head, hit Singh, spun him round, and he went face down onto the canvas.
Another overhand right there from Coleman Molefe, and a great victory for him.
drive. Harold Volbrecht's a long way away at the moment. He's over in England with Caesar Macatini. We had a great win last night. But I think he takes full credit for having turned Coleman Molefe from a fairly ordinary fighter as he was a year ago into a pretty good campaigner right now.
That's right. It's only been a few months that Harold Volbrecht has been controlling Coleman Molefe's interest. And he's done a fine job. You know, he's been my sparring partner for a while. Here we watch the slow motion there.
Well, I might say so.
Right uppercut.
I think...
there's that overhand right, Len. Fantastic overhand right, and it's all over.
I think being your sparring partner is probably also helped him. You know, it does elevate a young fighter to be in that sort of atmosphere and that sort of ring.
Well, I suppose I've got to take a bit of credit for that as well, Len, but he's certainly a good sparring partner, and as I said earlier on, he helped me prepare for the Jackie Beard fight, and he's a great prospect. He's a young fighter, a strong fighter, and it looks like he's hungry to go places.
I was quite interested the other day to see that Tom Boyer, I'll tell you about this just now, but Tom Boyer, the mayor of Davidson, is now sponsoring him personally.
Oh, right, that's fantastic to see the young fighter good sponsor.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by technical knockout in the 5th round, Coleman Molefe.